Today we are out in the garden, one to be tilled, or tilled garden. It is our last crop to take out of the ground. It's beautiful out, but we really want to let the pigs into the garden, so we're going to take them out. It's all an experiment. It is our sugar beets. In the quest to be as sustainable as possible on our homestead, we're trying this. We're going to see if we can make sugar. If not sugar, at least a syrup that would be usable. As I said, this is the first time growing them. We got them into the ground quite late. And then when the kids get home from school, James really wanted to be involved in digging them up. So we'll be doing that, then letting them sit and dry for a little bit.
So James and I are in the garden, and what are we about to do?
Harvest some sugar beets, all right.
This was a bit of an experiment, right?
Mm-hmm.
To see.
Because we really wanted to make our own sugar, but we can't, unfortunately, grow sugar canes. So instead, we tried sugar beets.
Yep, that's one of the things we're going to try. So we got some seeds this year, and
Also,
we got them in a little late, but they don't look too bad. So we'll have to see what the roots look like when we pull them out.
While we were growing them, we had the sheep run through. They accidentally got in here, and they ate some of the beet tops.
Yep. So we know the sheep like them. And I think that's one thing we're going to do as we harvest these. We're going to clip off the tops, and we'll probably feed them to. Who do you think we'll feed them to?
The sheep.
No, I don't think the sheep need it. Who else would eat them?
Bunnies.
Yep. I think we'll give the bunnies a little bit of a treat. Maybe not all at once, but anyways, we'll see what we get up to here. So here's our
Batch of sugar beets.
our sugar beets patch. They're starting to look a little worse for wear between the frost and chickens and everything else, but
Wah, wah, wah.
chickens like them too. So, are you going to pull one up?
Yep.
Let's see what we get here.
This one seems like it. I feel like it. Ooh.
Oh, that's not a bad size for a little one.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can get that big one you were trying for.
Yeah, this is the real one I was looking for.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. Well, for considering how late we got them planted.
This one's also another big one. I think we should get.
You try that one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a pretty
and
good
a little
size
worm.
one. And a worm. So we're gonna keep.
Put you back in there.
We're gonna keep going and come back once we got them all out.
Mm-hmm. We had lots of big ones and lots of small ones over here.
Mm-hmm.
This pile right here is our small ones because, as you see, they're way too small to eat. And also, these ones were the bigger ones and edible ones because, well, look at them, they're huge.
Mm-hmm. We've got 2 piles of the big ones.
Yeah. And a special secret on how to tell them apart is, as you see with these ones, when they're in the ground, the beet never actually pops up a little bit. Unlike when they're huge and big and good.
You can usually see the top of the beet above the ground. So what are we going to do with all the little guys?
We're going to feed them all to our cute little bunsy onesies.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do that. Then we're going to come back and we're going to take the leaves off of the other ones. But I think that might be too much to feed to the bunnies all right now. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come back.
We're thinking of tomorrow we'll feed them.
Might feed a few. Might feed some to some other animals too. We'll see. But we're going to feed the bunnies and then come back, take the greens off, and then we'll sort of get a better idea of how big our harvest actually is, minus our little mini guys. Sound good? Here's our our harvest. We've taken all the tops off, and this we're going to save for tomorrow. They won't wilt or anything, so the rabbits can have those. The rest we fed to the rabbits and the kuni pigs. Didn't actually take and count them, but we're going to leave these out here tonight. We've got to figure out exactly what to do with them to make the sugar. But I know we've read on a few things that leaving them out and even having them get a frost isn't a bad thing. They get sweeter over time. We probably won't leave them out that long, but it's not supposed to be too cold tonight, so they're going to stay here. But yeah, there's our sugar beet harvest. I think one of our biggest ones is like this one here, which is a pretty decent size. We had a couple other okay sized ones.
Like this, and this is another big
Yeah,
one.
actually that might be the biggest one right there in your hand. So we had planned originally to try to keep some because these are biannuals, to try to keep some to save some seed from them next year. We think because we got them planted so late and a lot of them didn't really get to a very big size, we think we're going to hold off and this year just kind of use up what we have, see how it works for the sugar.
If it's good, we're going to continue growing them. If it's not, we're going to stop.
Yeah, we might. We grew the mammoth red mangles last year as food for our rabbits, and they love them, and the mangles get huge. This may not be a fantastic comparison this year because, like I say, in true us fashion, they were very late planted. But still,
is a great amount.
Yeah, so that's a good size one. This one and that one are good size ones.
These are like amazing ones. Like, how in the world did it happen? There's lots of questions to ask.
I think they were just happy, but I think we will. We're going to try this again next year. We're going to purchase some more seeds, depending how the sugar goes. Try it again and get them in the ground earlier, and see if we get some bigger beets out of them, and then kind of make our determination whether we stick with the mangles, mostly for rabbit food, or we do the sugar beets, or we try to do both. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So on that note, James and I are going to head out and get some chores finished up.
So, if you have any more questions, you can just leave a comment down below. You know, down there. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and there is another video coming right at you tomorrow.
Yep, and eventually we will have a video coming back to this to see how our sugar extraction works, but that probably will be a later winter, maybe next year or later winter project. So anyways, on to the next thing.